When you look up at the night sky, it can tell you stuff about your future.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and in this installment of Must Watch, we're looking at movies, shows, and more that defined pop culture in June 2025.
Wait, forget it. All right, back to work.
Number 10, F1. In 1990, producer Jerry Bruckheimer and director Tony Scott reteamed on Days of Thunder, which aimed to be Top Gun with race cars. 35 years later, Bruckheimer and Top Gun Maverick director Joseph Kosinski gave us F1, which might as well be a Days of Thunder spiritual successor despite swapping Tom Cruise for Brad Pitt.
When was the last time you won a race?
Sunday, Daytona.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Formula One.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then same as you.
Just as Maverick improved upon its predecessor, F1 drives circles around Days of Thunder. Not just in terms of characters, telling a familiar yet engrossing story about an aging driver proving there's still gas in his tank, but on a technical level as well.
Did you win something? There's 20 other drivers still out on that track. Do you think any of them respect us?
Just as Maverick made audiences feel like they were in the cockpit, F1 puts us behind the wheel, going over 100 miles per hour without hitting the brakes.
I'm offering you an open seat in Formula One. The only place you could say, if you win, you are the absolute best in the world.
Number 9, Atsuko Okatska, Father. You like dad jokes? Well, Atsuko Okatska has a few in her Hulu special. Even the title is something of a dad joke. Despite being known as mother to her fans, Okatska feels more like a father.
I am father.
This dawned on Okatska upon realizing her husband is the only one who does the laundry at home.
You know when you've seen someone do something, so you think, oh, that was me too? Yeah. I also did that. Only to walk up to the washing machine and realize, I've never touched these buttons before.
Okatska also talks about her own father, whom she didn't see much of growing up. You see, her mother and grandmother kind of kidnapped her when they immigrated to the US.
We were a girl gang, and my grandma was the leader. She was the matriarch, and she called some wild shots. Like, she convinced my dad, who had full custody of me in Japan, to let her take me on a 2-month vacation to Los Angeles. So he let her, and then she never took me back. Yeah.
She's since reconnected with her father, finding humor in the whole experience. Okatska might not know how to work a washing machine, but if you need a second for a tandem bike, expect to laugh along the way.
You know what? You guys ask me, what makes a joke a dad joke anyway? Go. What makes a joke a dad joke anyway? Oh. I guess it's when it becomes apparent.
Number 8, How to Train Your Dragon. Of all the live-action remakes of animated classics we've gotten this year, honestly maybe the past several years, How to Train Your Dragon was easily the best.
These beasts are a threat to all of our lands.
Perhaps that's because DreamWorks brought back one of the 2010 film's directors, Dean DeBlois, who also helmed the 2 sequels. Unlike most of Disney's remakes, there's an evident admiration for and understanding of the source material.
I have to kill you. I will, because I'm a Viking. Hear that? I'm a Viking!
Some might argue it's too faithful, as this is basically the same story. Regardless, it's still a timeless tale.
Maybe they're not as bad as we think they are.
In case you forgot, our parents' war is about to become ours. Figure out which side you're on.
While telling it in live action isn't an improvement per se, there is value in seeing Burke brought to life with immersive set pieces and state-of-the-art effects. Not to mention strong performances from Mason Thames, Nico Parker, and Jared Butler.
Here it comes!
Number 7, The Gilded Age Season 3. Like Julian Fellowes' previous series Downton Abbey, The Gilded Age centers on high society at the crossroads of change.
And you have a nice house, money, you're invited everywhere. What more is there?
As one generation dwells on keeping up appearances and preserving tradition, the next is more focused on that silly thing they call love.
My goal was to be a good wife and mother, but I suppose young women don't want that anymore.
Oh, I want to be a good wife and mother who has the vote.
As some relationships bloom, others crumble. Although divorce is easier said than done during this period, no matter how rich you are. Season 3 will tackle other social issues such as prejudice, the right to vote, and the temperance movement.
There's no logic in this at all. Society is not known for its logic.
It isn't just society as a whole that's headed for change. With the widowed Ada now possessing a majority of the wealth, Agnes's position as head of the household is jeopardized in an era of progress that, like a locomotive, keeps moving forward.
Alcohol is the scourge of many families, and I want to support causes that are close to my heart as a way to honor Luke's memory.
You think invoking your late husband's name will silence me? It won't.
Number 6, 28 years later. 23 years later, director Danny Boyle and writer Alex Garland returned to the franchise that arguably set a new standard for every piece of zombie media that followed.
7, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 boot.
The world is still essentially as we left it, with the rage virus showing no signs of slowing down.
Men go mad with watching them.
Yet 28 years later is about to change as a preteen copes with his mother's declining health, searching for a cure against a hopeless backdrop. Jodie Comer gives one of her most transformative performances, while Ralph Fiennes plays a cryptic character right out of Apocalypse Now. Post-Apocalypse Now, if you will.
There are many kinds of death.
On the whole, the film belongs to young Alfie Williams' Spike, who comes of age as the infected continue to evolve.
This is a glorious day. The day of judgment.
My children!
Number 5, Elio. As much as cinephiles dump on sequels, reboots, and cinematic universes, the fact is that Hollywood isn't going to greenlight original movies if you, the audience, don't go to the theater.
Which one of these is you?
I don't know, but I think that one is you.
That said, Pixar's Elio deserves to be doing better at the box office. What seems like a straightforward story about a misfit boy befriending aliens is a much more poignant meditation on loss, family, and finding your place in the universe.
We search the universe for the dreamers and stargazers like you.
This is awesome!
Maybe these themes were not properly conveyed in the advertising, or maybe the film's very existence eluded you. Either way, we can only hope Elio can pull an Elemental, slowly but surely finding a following. Just as the titular Elio ventures where no human has gone before, we encourage viewers to embrace the unknown.
These are the lava tunnels. Gordon, I am not fireproof! Why didn't you say something? Gordon! Just get in my mouth.
Number 4, Predator, Killer of Killers. Let's shift gears with a completely different animated film that's not for the whole family. If you were a fan of Dan Trachtenberg's Prey, though, this one is definitely for you. Trachtenberg teams with co-director Joshua Wasung of The Third Floor Incorporated, which has primarily worked in visual effects, games, and theme park attractions.
Of course I do. Son of a...
Predator, Killer of Killers marks the company's first animated feature, telling a collection of century-spanning stories with the predators providing a common link. While this anthology expands upon the Predator lore, it never gets bogged down with exposition, relying more on visual storytelling and exhilarating action with characters we care about at the core. With 2 hits in a row, Trachtenberg has our anticipation for Predator Badlands at an all-time high. Number 3, Materialists. Materialists might seem like a conventional rom-com.
I deserve someone who fulfills all of my criteria.
Nothing over 20 BMI.
I don't want someone who likes cats.
I'm trying to settle.
I promise you're going to marry the love of your life.
While the film does contain romance and comedy, it's far more adult and nuanced than the superficial fluff that mainstream Hollywood regularly churns out.
You're the matchmaker. You want a drink?
Sure. Coke and beer.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, John.
If you were expecting something lighter, it is an A24 film from Past Lives director Celine Song. Clearly, you didn't look beyond the surface, which in a way ties into the film's themes.
You can do better than me.
My instincts are usually right.
Dakota Johnson makes Madame Web a distant memory as Lucy, a merchant of true love who seemingly always knows the right thing to say. That is, until she does something wrong, not only making Lucy question her profession, but also her own love life.
We promised them love, but the math doesn't add up.
Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal are equally great in a love triangle with more than 3 facets. Number 2. Phineas and Ferb Season 5. While the characters have appeared in other media, it's been a decade since Phineas and Ferb initially ended. From the opening of Season 5, it's as if no time has passed.
And that's what we did for summer vacation.
That's a fascinating report, Phineas. We appreciate you breaking it up into 9 months of installments for us.
Well, we wanted to be thorough.
And you finished just in time for the end of this school year.
With another summer commencing, we slip back into a formula that somehow never comes off as formulaic.
Isn't it great? It's like old times. Like I always say, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, trap it!
That's not only a testament to the timeless nature of the characters, but also this writing team's endless inventiveness. This first batch of episodes takes us to new depths via a submarine sub-sandwich, as well as new heights with a giant pogo stick. Although the stories have kept the comedy fresh, Season 5 has also addressed lingering plot threads like Stacy learning Perry is a secret agent.
Thanks for sharing this, Perry. To be honest, it's been a little awkward since I found out about your secret last summer. But it is weird this specific thing happens so often there's a pre-made video to deal with it. But even weirder that they shot it on film. I mean, how old is this video?
Plus, we finally got Meet Me in St. Louis. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Life of Chuck. Director Mike Flanagan is no stranger to Stephen King. This adaptation of King's novella isn't quite like anything Flanagan has tackled before, however.
But if you have heart, you have hope. And you have heart in you.
Although there is a supernatural element, Flanagan more or less leaves horror at the door, turning in his most life-affirming work.
Everything you've ever loved. Everything you see.
You might not think that at first, as the film opens on a note of gloom and doom. By beginning with the end, though, Flanagan leaves us with a desire to make the most of the time we have left. An ordinary day can become an unforgettable one with a spontaneous dance in the street. At a time when it's easy to be cynical, The Life of Chuck dares to be sentimental and uplifting. It's a film we could all use.
Isn't that wonderful?
What are some other June releases to catch up with in July? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, we're not doing a trailer for the next one?